So, hello everyone and welcome back to World of Tanks. Here is another game that I'm playing with my T92 from the Tier 10 artillery units. And the game is happening in Murwanka, and I am just first of all, of course, aiming to get into a position that is safe and where I can start working pretty easily from. I'm kind of paying attention to the minimap already anyways, to see if there would be any position that I should be trying to aim for, where I could possibly try to see some enemy tanks as soon as possible. And as that IS-7 was going into the middle, I think that it might be the first one to spot something. And that is indeed the case when the E-75 is spotted. Trying to see if I could be getting as good of a hit into it as possible. And that did indeed happen. Of course, also changing position at this point a little bit, just in case. Especially when the reload time is anyway so long that you can easily go and change positions a little bit. I would kind of like to try to see about taking care of anything in the A1, because it's very annoying for our tanks that they are basically a little bit flanked from the other side too when they have to concentrate on the A1, P1 area plus on the P2, 3 area if they are trying to get forward. But, well, they are not spotted, and I look at this pretty heavy tank that I actually think I might be able to know how he is going to be moving, so I take a blind shot, and as we do not see any blast effects, I think we hit him pretty nicely too. Of course, we don't see what kind of damage we possibly did, but I'll be seeing it probably pretty soon. Then, of course, again, looking if I actually could try to be doing something about this area, but well, IS-7 and that British tank would be easier to shoot. The British tank is in a pretty low hit points, at least for the moment, so should have gotten a pretty nice hit into it. I'm trying to see if I could be getting a shot into that IS-7 in here, more like, but of course first of all it would need to be coming to spot again, because I don't think he's in the same position anymore, and he isn't. Trying to see what he's thinking about doing, but he's kind of indecisive, trying to shoot, but even if my shot would have gone where it should have, it still now went so completely into the different place than where I tried to aim that it was a definite miss. But oh well, that happens with artillery from time to time, or happened previously too, and still happens. Now then, trying to look at this direction if I could try to do something about that T92. This area is just hard to shoot into because of that hill that protects from this direction. Always would have to try to aim so much further away from the tank to be able to hope to get a hit in. I actually think that I might be should have maybe aimed a little bit even longer, further away in there actually, so that I could have actually gotten a hit in. But oh well, it happens. Then, as there's even a T62A spotted in the area, I definitely am looking into it then. It's a more dangerous opposition anyways. Of course, reload is still going on for a long time. I'm thinking that I should really try to get a hit into it when it is still spotted, because, well, at least if it's this down in here into the borders, I can only aim very well into its direction if I can have him selected under me, so to speak, because I cannot take my aim out of the borders. But well, we did get the shot when he was still visible and got a shot close enough to him, so that we took care of him at least. Then changing position a little bit more, looking at the situation, thinking that now that we've gotten pretty much the A1-2 line clear at least, that the next priority might actually be about looking into the other direction and helping the IS-7 and T-34. There was that E-100 spotted, so I'm thinking that I want to get into a position and try to see about aiming towards it. It is at the moment protected by that house, but I think that he might want to be moving, so of course aiming a shot into it if he's trying to cross to the other house there. And he seems to be very much indeed wanting to do it, and it seemed like he did. And I think the other artillery shot there too and missed, and that my shot would have been able to hit, but of course not completely sure about that. And well, then of course thinking that I will be just moving a little bit more into this position, because the A1 line is completely clear. There's no enemies, and then seeing if I could try to take care of or shoot any of these TDs in this area. They are pretty well visible for the moment. Probably going to disappear from time to time though, but nevertheless. Trying to see if I could be able to predict what he's going to be doing, and think that that's the best possibility of hitting, and we did hit him even if we can't really see what we exactly did there. But he has 1100 hit points left, so we got a pretty nice hit into him. Then I'm kind of yeah, of course, still aiming into the same area, kind of hoping that I would get my shot back, or would be able to reload very quickly, because there would be a possibility of maybe getting 2 at the one shot. At least now when the British tank plus the E100 are that close to each other. Unfortunately, the British tank died, and I think that I will just try to see if I could hope to splash that E100, thinking that if I hit the rooftop very close to him, that it might be a possibility to get in. So just try to see if that could be the case, but nah, didn't happen. Nevertheless, then as the levee is spotted, I think that they should be able to hopefully take care of that E100. So more trying to start aiming at the levee's direction. The situation is pretty good for us as just as we have 3 tanks left and they only have 1, and both sides have the 2 artilleries, but of course those few tanks we have are not in that good of a condition. And yeah, our TD died there. Then it's our 2 tanks and 2 artilleries against their 1 tank and 2 artillery units. I could be starting to aim at that Su-14 too, but I think that they should be able to take care of it, those tanks, so I rather try to keep my aim towards the levee. And hope that it is spotted pretty soon. And it comes into spot. So I try to see what he's about trying to do. He unfortunately got our British tank from there. Tried to shoot, but I think I should have aimed just a little bit more over the levee. But on the other hand, well, can't always hit. Fail artist is the E100 complaining. Even though I have been doing quite a lot of damage, I'm sure, even if I can only see that I've done 1000 damage, but a lot of the damage that I've been doing has been to the targets that haven't been seen at the time. Then just aiming to see that it's at least good that T34 is waiting for the artilleries to reload, but he could be going and seeing about spotting that levee a little bit quicker or a little bit better, but yeah, well, he's taking his sweet time here, just wondering if he would be wanting to go closer or not. So a waiting game, waiting that our T34 gets the courage, so to speak, to actually go forward. He is also getting some advice from other people that just spot for the artillery etc. The levee is spotted. Just trying to get my aim there carefully so that I don't have to be aiming too much more. And a nice hit. Got that levee out of the game, so that was very nice. Or important thing too. Then the T-34 is trying to look a little bit to the artist direction, but yeah, the artillery shouldn't be on the C0 areas or sus, because we had that one tank in there, so it should definitely be more down the forest in G0 or F0 actually, or something like that, or even maybe in the J9 or something like that. I'm just gonna be speeding the game up here just a little bit because there's not really anything happening. The artilleries are starting to go and explore the area and trying to see about finding this artillery when the T-34 is just happily capping away. I personally wanted to go and check a little bit closer to the little forest area here, just to make sure that it's not here, and then I thought that I could easily come from this direction into the F0 line etc. Just trying to see if the artillery would be spotted here somewhere, at least not as of yet. And just bravely going forward. We Podar here with the artillery units, so it's it's a pretty good situation of trying to get it. There's a pretty little time to try to get it though anymore because of the cap coming through. And just making a little bit of aiming and wanting to shoot pretty quickly because I know that he would have shot very soon too. So did get that artillery unit still, and now we can be looking at the game statistics. Had over 50% hit ratio nevertheless, and did overall 6,321 damage. So a pretty nice game overall with the T92. As said, it can very well be effective still. And I hope you guys enjoyed watching this, and see you guys next time.